Good morning and welcome to the Daily Weather Operations Brief. This morning here on base, we are seeing temperatures in the low to mid 30s with some clear skies and light winds out of the north, which we can also expect to begin shifting out of the southeast in the next few hours here. And that will also be along with a slight uptick in those speeds and gusts that will last for the remainder of our forecast period. And similar to yesterday, we can also anticipate another dry day here on the base with no real chances of any precip in the immediate 24 hours ahead. Now, looking at this morning's surface analysis chart here, we have high pressure that is continuing to exert some influence on the local area for the time being, and that is keeping us cool and dry for the day with an active weather system that is out over the Midwest, and that's drumming up some unsettled weather. However, with that being said, that activity does look to remain to areas of the west or areas west of the mountains, and by the time those associated fronts work their way east, much of that available moisture will have since been squeezed out, so we really only have some very slight chances of a passing shower in the early morning hours of tomorrow. Taking a look at this morning's current weather observations, we are seeing clear skies out there with unrestricted visibility. Winds are largely out of the north-northeast at about 3 knots, so remaining light, and temperatures are slowly climbing this morning, currently sitting at 22 degrees and a relative humidity of 62%. And that will bring us on to this morning's satellite imagery here that just further confirms that we are seeing those clear skies out there. We can see some associated cloud cover out to the west that is associated with that low that is moving through the upper Midwest and Great Lakes region. But again, most of that precip should stay west of the mountains and be squeezed out before passing closer this way, but in general today should see generally mostly sunny skies for the working days, and then a few clouds, especially upper level clouds, working their way later on in the period. For the model run today, this is the NAM high resolution model on a 24-hour loop. We can see some lake effect snow up off of Lake Erie, and we can see some light rain and snow showers on the western side of those mountains. But for the whole 24-hour loop ahead, we are modeled to remain dry, and we anticipate that to remain the case until tomorrow morning, in which we do see those slight chances of a shower passing through. But for the immediate 24-hour forecast ahead, we'll see mostly sunny skies to start, clouds building in throughout the day, and then once we get to those early morning hours of tomorrow morning, those cold fronts reach the area and will bring in some further cloud cover. For our temperatures today, starting low but climbing to the lower 40s. And then staying pretty consistent throughout the remainder of the forecast period. And for winds are light right now, anticipated to climb to about 7 to 12 knots, and gusting occasionally into the upper teens, maybe even the 20s. As we close out the working day ahead, and then we'll see those winds gradually decline in those early morning hours of tomorrow. But across the board, greens with only a very slight chance of those sprinkles moving through with those cold fronts in the early hours tomorrow. For the short-term risk chart here, on Thursday, we can anticipate mostly sunny conditions with a few clouds mixing in here and there, and a high of 54. That will be the warmest day of the week ahead. Greens across the board. And Thursday night, partly to mostly cloudy and a low around freezing. And Friday, mostly cloudy with a very slight chance of a midday passing shower associated with yet another cold front, and that cold front is going to be what ushers in this upcoming cold snap that will be tied to this upcoming potential winter storm this weekend. But that is going to conclude the daily weather operations brief. We'll be back at 10 o'clock with the 7-day outlook. Hope everyone has a great day.